moss and algae on their backs and the moist environment that they're in the rainforest. And there's actually the moth called the sloth moth that lives only on sloths, and it's a symbiotic relationship that they have because once a week when the sloth comes down to use the potty at the bottom of the tree, the moth stays on the sloth until he gets to the bottom of the tree. Once he starts to do his little potty dance and go to the bathroom, then the moths that are on the sloth go down and they'll lay their larvae in the pile that he's left down at the base of the tree. And then they scurry back up and get back on the sloth before it goes back up into the canopy of the rainforest. And then a week later, when they come back down the same side of the tree to the same pile that they had the week before, the larvae that have developed for that week will climb up back onto the sloth, and they catch their rod back up into the rainforest. And in return,
once a week.
yeah, and they expel about a third of their body weight once a week. It's a massive amount. 6 feet down there.
Yeah, I watched that America's, that special they had on, and I was surprised at how many different things ride other animals to get places.
It's amazing how they're designed.
There's no bugs in there. Stinky
I
bugs.
don't know,
You
man.
have 2 more.
Yes, we've got Flash is in here and Zoe's in here. Dash is our youngest of the sloths. He stays in the house during the night and everything, and just comes down during the days for his encounters. Until he's about a year old and then he'll come down here.
Where do you get them from?
We have a breeder that we don't really say the name of, because if we did, on our lives and everything, we'd have 100 people calling in wanting to know about sloths and if they can have a sloth. And but he is in the United States, and he's a doctor of veterinary medicine that actually has had over 30 years of experience with breeding and researching sloths and everything. And he got his Sloth Zero, the one that started it all from the wild, that was injured and not able to return to the wild. And he actually clicker trains his babies to be able to interact with people. They'll, from a really young age, they'll clicker, and then they'll take the baby for about 10 seconds, and then give them right back to mom. And so he calls it borrowing baby. And so he'll take the sloths for just a few seconds longer each day until they're built up to withstand longer periods of time being held. And it's always a positive relationship. They always give snacks and things like that.
Sweet little face.
They're trained up to be ambassador animals from a very young age.
How old is this one?
He's 8 months.
8 months. Aw. Take a look. Yeah. This looks such a like he loves you.
I'll stop by and get this water up here.
That thing cracks me up.
I know something about you he really likes.
There you go.
And back to you. It's bound and determined you have something.
Yeah.
I don't get any bugs, I promise.
Baku is a 3-banded armadillo. The ones that we see in the States here are 9-banded armadillo. They have between 7 and 11 bands. And he's native to Brazil, so we don't see any of his kind around here. But the ones that we see on the sides of the roads and things, they actually have the capability to carry seed, but 3-bandeds don't.
That's good.
Yeah. So we always tell the kids anytime we do field trips, anything, just because you get to pet an armadillo here doesn't mean that you should go out and pet one in the wild.
Is that a baby or is that their normal size? I've never
He's a
seen
baby.
one.
Yeah, he'll get to be about soccer ball size.
Okay, I thought they were bigger. He doesn't like, I got socks on, he doesn't like that. He pots the sock and then walks away like, oh, disgusted.
I gotta get a video of him. So serious.
And those little ears. And when he balls up into a ball, his little head plate there on his head and the tail that he has go right beside each other, and you couldn't even see that it was anything more than just a shell.
It's got ears like Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little video of him trying to get your feet. I'll send it to you later.
He's all sprawled out on the floor.
Going to sleep, Dash.
We've seen pictures of you.
They don't have much pupils.
Nope, they stay dilated like that all the time. They
I
have
know
really,
people.
really poor eyesight,
Aw.
but their hearing and their sense of smell makes up for it. They can all hear the differences between our voices. He's still learning mine because I'm fairly new here, but he knows everybody's voice and he can tell who's who. And he won't eat that much for me, but the people that have been here for years, he'll eat for. So he's still learning who I am. Yeah.
He didn't like it when I put my finger on
Yeah, his paw pads there are real sensitive.
yours. Oh.
And so you'll notice that he stays pretty gripped in like this. A lot of people wonder how they're able to hang from the trees for hours and hours during the day. And it's because this is their relaxed state. Their tendons are so tight in their forearms that this is their relaxed state, whereas this for us is our tense state, and this is our relaxed state. And so for them, it's effortless just to hang there and hang on the trees. But to straighten his little claws out is his tense state.
This little thing cracks me up. You're like a big bug.
Yeah.
You are a big bug, I can contest to that.
Yes.
But you can see he has like two little claws on his front feet as well, just like Dash.
What do these guys eat?
They eat mostly, when they're babies like that, they eat a mixture between rice, chopped up sweet potatoes, and zucchini, and squash, and spinach. About once a week they get just a little bit of a boiled egg for protein, because they don't have those moths that ride on them here in the wild, or here in captivity like they do in the wild. In the wild, they get some of their protein from the moths that live on them. But he's a snacker. He eats pretty much all the time. Anytime he can get a snack, he'll get one.
What are their natural predators?
In the wild, they have the eagles is really their main one because
Can't get away.
because they're up in the tops of the trees, pretty camouflaged to the things below them because their back's hanging down and all they can really see is just moss from the rainforest floor. But up from the sky, the eagles can see them a lot easier than some of the ones down on the ground. And so that's our main one, but you know, a panther or a tiger or something like that, where you get up there in the trees, they fall about once a week, and that's because if a predator comes along and starts going out the end of that branch, their goal is to get to the end of the branch, get to the end of the branch.
Do they like to be pet on there? It's like,
No, if you push your finger down in there, you're liable to lose it. Because they can.
Because she was petting it and it just rolled right over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I
Are you stuck?
They'll get it.
There we go.
Oh my God, I got turtle on video with it.
I got it all.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You want me to take
Well,
a few pictures of the Golden Dash?
You guys, did you guys get pictures?
Yeah, we got some. I got a video of you too.
And we'll just share all of them between the three of us later.
My daughter is totally into wildlife,
Mhm.
and she's so anxious to see the pictures.
Yes. Yeah. She'll have to come do it for herself sometime.
Yeah, well, she works for the Washington State Fish and Wildlife
Oh,
Department.
yeah.
She has her own hatchery now,
Wow.
and she's got nesting eagles that she watches all the time, and coyotes in her front yard, and deer.
Does. Something about her, he thinks he's gonna find a bug.
I promise I don't have bugs.
Is he licking you too?
I can't tell he's scratching.
But his scratches, are they not sharp or?
No, I'm not like a cat. But I'm back.
They-
Oh, okay, I won't touch you there, okay.
So they just eat pretty much bugs?
Mostly bugs, yeah. We've got a little bug box for him in there that we bury some different kind of worms and things like that for him to hunt for.
What are you doing?
How big is an adult?
An adult sloth,
Yeah.
they can get to be between 8 and 15 pounds, so it kind of varies between the species. Right now, Zoe is about 11 pounds and Flash is about 12 pounds, and so Zoe's got a lot more growing to do, but she'll probably surpass what Flash is right now.
And how big is,
I'm not sure how much he weighs right now. But he'll get to be about the same size as Zoe.
I think he's probably about 5 pounds.
He's got a lot more darker hair on him right now.
Far over there, we'll see if he gets it.
That thing is hilarious. Like a little mechanical
Yeah, it doesn't,
wind up.
doesn't look real.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised. Of course, I learned, again, even turtles, I didn't realize their shells, they actually have feeling.
They have what?
Feeling, they can feel
Oh, I
stuff.
didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, I watched it. It was a series on, I think it was ABC, America's. Did you watch it? Oh man, it was good. Tom Hanks narrated
I
it,
heard about
and it was several weeks long.
It was on
You know.
PBS, is it?
No, it's not on ABC.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
So
that.
look it up. Yeah, it was good. I recorded it and watched it every week. It was cool seeing all the different
I just watch animal shows. Animals are just fascinating.
species we never even knew we had.
Yeah.
You know?
And people say, oh, it's a stupid animal. Animals are incredibly smart.
Yeah.
They live out in the wild and manage to survive. It's so sweet and cuddly.
Yes, he'd much rather prefer to be held than in his basket.
And he tells you if he doesn't like something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just smell.
What you looking at?
He comes in, his little nose is going.
What are you doing over there?
Yeah, I'm trying to go behind the refrigerator.
Baku. Sir. I don't think he could fit back there.
I don't know if he can get back out. He moved the broom and it's kind of blocking his way.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't put my finger. in.
There you go. Now you can get out.
Like that.
Just this. Just this.
There are those little worms.
Oh,
Eagles finally.
Okay, well, you guys don't wait.
Turn your hand.
We probably should rotate to the next
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, just looking at the time.
Go ahead, Niecy.
Oh, look at him going backwards there, honey.
Who's gonna pull me back out of that chair?
Does she have to sit in here?
If you don't think you can get out, and if you want to sit in one of the other ones, it's fine.
Oh, good, because I have a little
Put you here.
arthritis and bad knees, so.
Bring that
You
chair.
don't have to move the chairs, do you?
No, it's fine.
Well, to get a picture.
We're good. We can spin the cameras. We are
Okay.
okay. If we can't figure it out, we'll make fun of ourselves.
We'll turn and we'll put his arms around your neck here. Ready?
Hi.
Gonna unattach.
Oh. You take your hole.
It's nice slow strokes on his back so he likes.
Not like a dog.
Dogs get tired of you after a while. Dogs get tired of you after a while.
She doesn't, or he doesn't, it's the she or he.
He does.
Because Zoe's the she.
Yes.
I forgot your name already.
Dash.
Dash.
Those
I'm
ears.
getting old.
Oh, it's all good. Flash, Dash, and then Zoe, and the next one will be Chloe.
Flash.
Because he's fast. I mean, you should see him type. He always writes all my reports for me.
Pretty smart.
He's all the way up at the top, I'm sure, right now.
Picture.
What do you want, picture?
That'd be kind of nice. Took a bunch of them with me.
Here you go. If you want to hand me one of the cameras, I'll get one from this side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, I know that voice, look at it.
Hey, Dad. Yeah. All right, you have to smile like you're having fun, though. There you go.
Dasher me.
You. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So pretty.
You good, Michaela?
That's what everybody says. Be nice to have a little snuggle bug
Tickling
at
my
home.
ankle.
And it's just that 1 foot too.
I thought you would be stinkier. You're not at all, are you?
We never really have to give them baths or anything.
Oh,
They take
really?
care of them themselves, yeah.
Well, they do a good job.
They do.
What you see? I like.
But they have what's called rod monochromacy, meaning that they only have rod cells in their eyes, no cone cells. And the cone cells are what's responsible for color, seeing color. And so they're colorblind, and they only really see by shapes. It's kind of like if you've ever seen a movie where they show a clip of night goggle vision. It's kind of like that's how they see.
What are you doing?
It's a shiny, smooth nose.
It's the smell of me, I guess, for some reason.
If you probably get home, take your shoes off, there'll be some bugs down in there.
Oh, good.
See, that's what.
Just like snuggling a baby.
It is. It's a sweet pie.
So you got the best job in the world. In other words.
Yeah.
Go around all day doing this.
I'm wanting to get into vet school, so I'm hoping this experience would help me with my application, help me stand out.
That's cool. Now, what kind of vet, though? Wildlife or?
I'm not really sure yet. I want to be able to do more than just small animal, which a lot of people just end up doing, dogs and cats.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to treat, small and large. But who knows? I may do exotics as well one day.
I think exotics would be cool.
Yeah.
My granddaughter is a vet tech, and she helps with surgeries
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
She loves it.
That's what I've been the last 4 years is vet assistant. I don't have my tech license, but I've been assisting at a hospital near here for animals. What are you chewing on?
I
This
found out
is
what,
such a-
what he likes. He wants to snuggle in your neck.
Yeah. I had him down here so I could look at his face, but he's up snuggling with you.
We call him a belly baby because most of the time he stays pretty low down, but Zoe, she likes to be right up around your neck.
I think Grandma touched there, Nancy.
Are there worms in there?
You get on the other side.
I always was a baby whisperer. I could always get the babies to get snot quiet and go to sleep. Look at
Oops, I had it on video. Oops.
Oh, yeah. Like I said,
It's
they
like-
can't see the difference between food or not food.
I was like, oops. As long as you don't trouble it, I'm fine. I used to have parrots, so I'm
Yeah.
used to being cautious of what it
Yes.
is. I never got really, I got maybe a couple times, bit a little bit.
Mhm.
Man, they could, I had a African gray, snap my buttons off my shirt and
Oh,
smack it.
goodness.
Yeah, just bam, bam.
He was nibbling on my hand.
Yeah.
His teeth aren't sharp.
Yeah, he gets kind of hungry and starts looking around for
It was kind
He's
of
got
a
a snack.
gentle
Yeah.
little.
Where's my food?
What do you, what's his name again?
Baku.
I got,
Baku.
should I like,
I don't know what he's after under there. Here, you see your worms? These little crunchies.
Like Cheetos for him.
His claws are a little bit sharper than Zoe's are.
they're just a little bit, but not as bad as I would have thought.
Yeah, he doesn't climb as much as our other two. He still stays in the basket most of the time, so he doesn't wear his down naturally as much as our other ones.
He's really curious about your phone, so it's kind of cool.
He says, "What is that?"
Almost lost a chin.
Oh no.
Get the munchies.
He needs a wind up on his wind up.
We want to get
That's what he looks like, yeah.
we want to get another one and name her Shaka Khan. So we have Bakugan and Shaka Khan, and then we could have walkout music for him.
A little guy. Whatever you
Back
want.
to my foot again.
He thinks she's got food. That's not food. Sorry.
Nothing in there, just
I'm
my
being
foot.
cuddled. I don't know who's
Yeah.
cuddling who. Oh, there we go, look at. You're so mean, you're teasing him. Sorry, dude, that's not food.
20 minutes since he ate, he's probably starving to death.
You're cool.
When we're done here, do we get to tour the rest of the farm?
Did you book for a farm tour?
No.
Yeah. It's all have to be booked online.
Oh, okay. But it's such a well-kept farm.
It
Oh
is,
my
yeah.
God, a lot of work involved.
Hold on, so I can see that.
See, there's a little place to sit down there, stuff. Can we sit down there for a little bit or not?
I'm not sure. This is just my third day here actually, so we'll have to ask Kevin when he comes back
Well,
in.
you know a lot for 3 days.
Yeah, for
It's been
sure.
a lot of, I'm like a sponge trying to soak everything up in a year. I think I called him.
3 days?
Yeah, just 3 days. I think I called him Baku. His name's Bakugan.
Pitter patter. It's like a little crustacean.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, he does. I was holding him earlier. After I fed him, I was still holding on to him. I got on my phone for a minute. I had been petting him, and I looked down. He was zonked.
Aw.
Zonked out.
Unfortunately, that's it.
How many acres are here?
I'm not sure. I know we've got over
I've been here
100.
3 days.
I know we've got over 150 different animals.
Wow.
I'm not sure how many acres we have.
And that turkey over there is something
Yes.
that's got all the colors.
Oh, yeah.
She did, oh, she didn't have anything good for her.
He's probably the friendliest turkey you'll ever meet.
He hears.
You know, we've got that lamb out there. She's in quarantine right now. I'm not very happy about it.
Sound like it.
Is that why she's crying the whole time?
Yes. Very sociable lamb. She wants to be with everybody else, but
Do they hang on to their mothers quite often, or quite a lot?
they do.
Until they're a certain age and start exploring?
Yeah, they're weaned pretty quickly though. The mother doesn't have the ability to store milk like a lot of other mammals do. So it's produce and provide basically. And so they only nurse them for just a few weeks before they're they're already starting to wanna go off on their own, and it's not always that the mother leaves the baby, sometimes the baby will leave the mother first. They're really not sociable animals in the wild, they really stay to themselves. And a lot of other animals, we hear of herds or flocks, or ganders, things like that, but there is no name for a group of sloths, because you don't ever see it.
So they just get together to mate and then
Yep. Pretty much, yep. The female will let out a really loud cry, a really loud scream when she's in heat. That'll let the males in the area know that she's in heat, and they'll come and they'll breed, and it only takes a few minutes, and then he's off. He'll never see his offspring.
Typical male.
Yeah. Do they have one or two babies?
Just one.
She wasn't sleeping, but he knew the minute you moved, it was like. Cause I guess in the wild, they'd have to always have one ear open for predators
Yeah.
and stuff.
Can't really see what's coming, but they definitely can hear it.
You can't see their ears.
Yeah, they have ears. They're about the size of ours relative to their bodies,
Oh,
just hidden by some hair back there.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
didn't like that.
I'm sorry.
so since you know all this stuff, did you do anything like this before?
Nope, I just was a vet assistant, and so I did a lot of research on my own before starting, but I've had the last 2 days, we have a lot of encounters during the day. Of course, they're split up between the 3 sloths that we do have, and so I've just kind of listened to every one of them, and I've recorded a few of them to listen back to, just kind of trying to regurgitate the information while also memorizing it.
Repeating works.
It's trying to get behind that fridge. Sir.
Okay, so you didn't even make that noise.
Oh, goodness. This girl was involved.
What's she doing?
Miami. Probably about time to trade off if you guys are
I
ready.
don't have a watch, look at the watch, so you
It's
guys,
12:34.
And how long have y'all booked till?
1 o'clock.
Okay, well, maybe a little bit
You
longer.
got 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
I'll take my sloth. That's a weird sentence. Can't have my sloth.
It's funny, they have the ability to, when they're hungry, they can eat ravishly. But once they're not and they're full, they don't feel like they have to eat anymore. They're not like we are, where we'll just eat even if we are full.
Just for the fun of it.
Yeah. They would much rather take a nap than continue to eat if they're not hungry. In the wild, they sleep about 17 hours a day. So they spend a lot of time sleeping. Most of their adventures are at nighttime.
The eagles are sleeping.
Now we got some good night vision, huh? No one keeps trying to lay down to sleep, but then it always happens.
Lots of activity in the world.
I know that guy over there, whatever his name is, because I can't remember again, it starts with a B.
Bakugan.
Vodka. Making a lot of racket, isn't he?
He has curled up and went to sleep.
Where does he live during the day?
He stays in Zoe's enclosure, and so recently they've been starting to do combined enclosures, to where it kind of gives enrichment for both of them. Sometimes Zoe will look down there and see Bakugan going around, scurrying around, and it just kind of gives her something to look at and wonder about.
Yeah.
Little stimulation for
So they're not all by themselves all the time.
Yeah, he stays in there. He's got himself a little bud box where we bury some worms and bugs and stuff in there. And he's got his little corner where he likes to get underneath the shavings and take a nap, burrow in.
Is he curling up?
You can't see him, he's way
You
back
can't see
behind
him.
there, yeah. He's right, way back in there.
He has curled up, but now I don't know if he can get back upright.
That might be his problem, like he's struggling back there, there's no room to get upright.
There we go.
There he goes.
She saved me.
Now, what kind of armadillo is he?
He's a 3-banded Brazilian armadillo.
3-banded Brazilian.
So The ones we see in the wild are non-banded, they can have anywhere from 7 to 11 bands. And
Sloths probably don't like their necks rubbed.
not particularly, the belly and the neck is a little bit sensitive
This
for
is
them.
the guy, he's a three-banded.
It's kind of like when you have a newborn baby. You sit there and hold it forever and it
Yes.
never gets boring.
Yes.
Right there. Bug eyes, you know that. Really buggy eyes.
And they stay dilated like that all the time.
Hello.
Back again.
Why, you getting in my cut area?
Off he goes. Back to the corner.
Well, I could just see her hand, I couldn't see it very well. That's not food either, that's just my hand. Sorry. I'm gonna tuck in there.
So entertaining.
Yes.
So the three-banded armadillos, they almost always have twins, identical twins. And the non-banded armadillos that we see out in the wild around us, they have quadruplets,
Oh,
identical quadruplets.
wow.
Oh, stinker.
He is.
That's a lot better. But I want better.
Even though I've been back there 100 times and there's nothing there.
I think he just wants back there because I don't want him to go back
It's
there.
like a 2-year-old.
Can they climb? They can't climb at all, can they? Like on just a little bit to get up on?
I'm not, probably a little bit, but they're not climbers, naturally.
What the life? Sleep 17 hours a day. I could do that. Nice for to eat. Hey there.
I'll give up.
This reminds me of a mama holding a newborn baby and her 2-year-old.
Yeah, there you go. Look at,
Been there.
it's like you thought he would have learned that he's gonna get stuck back
Yeah.
there.
I think he likes the attention.
The time yet, I don't wanna,
It is.
okay, I don't wanna, not to get your time.
Okay.
Alright, Dash. We'll go night-night. We'll do night-night. Oh, you alright?
Oh yeah, I just didn't wanna, I don't know how much not to touch, you know?
If you guys wanna trade out hot seats there, that's sharing a little bit more
Okay, sitting
comfortable.
in this Caroline?
Have a hard time getting out of those since my knees
Yeah.
went.
Dash.
Lightning.
That's why I said flash, that's a heck of a funny name.
Oh, that new person. Okay.
What's there?
Always get a.
That's for sure. And scientists have found out by putting trackers on them that they are average to fall out of the tree at least once a week.
Really?
About once a week, yeah. Whether it be due to predation or, their poor eyesight, sometimes they go to grab a limb and they'll grab their own leg and then let go and then they'll fall.
Well, that's not very smart.
So, but they've got a set of 46 ribs total, and their intestinal organs and everything are kind of intertwined with connective tissue, so they're pretty much adhered to their body wall, which allows them to, once you fall, a lot of the jar that you get, or your brain move around and your intestines move around and everything, but they don't have that since they're all pretty much affixed to them. And so if they were to get into a scuffle with a tiger or something like that, that were to get up there in the trees and they both go fall into the ground. The sloth's gonna make it and the tiger won't.
He finally did it. He went in that way and come out. He's been trying to get around the refrigerator. Right? He got stuck back up there, upside down.
Sometimes he goes up underneath. You can see how there's a small gap there, and he can't go in and out. But he comes in from the other side, and then he's like stuck for a minute. It's very
You
entertaining.
know that voice.
Oh, look at he started talking.
Knows the voices. Stickle on my foot.
They have great hearing, just can't see.
Poor guy, I can't see. Yeah, this is like having a newborn and a
I tell
two-year-old.
your phone. Cause that's just like having a little baby and just you can sit there for hours.
Yeah.
You stop.
He loves her feet and shoes for some reason or something.
Everybody's shoes, he's always like, what is the smell? Is there a bug in there?
And he didn't like mine, but I got socks on.
Mm.
He went to pull the sock and went, nope.
We're thinking of getting him a job at a nail salon, you know, since he's already into it. He can make some money.
Yeah, likes feet, hey. Ow, you're clawing my foot there, buddy.
If he's bothering you, we can put him in the other room.
He's okay. He's quite entertaining.
Do they do that like all day? I mean, he has not stopped since we walked in here.
So he had a little bit of breakfast, and then when he goes back into his room, which is in there, there's more food. So he's probably like, is there any other snacks?
Yeah, you know that voice.
He said, "Cool, about time."
What's she doing, huh? Flop over.
He likes Shelly.
He does.
Trying to get to her again.
She had her turn, it's my turn. It's okay.
Those are interesting shoes that you've got too,
These are the barefoot shoes.
Yeah.
So comfortable.
are they? I don't think I've seen them before.
Well, hey,
I haven't either.
And they're also grounding. They've got the little things on the
Oh,
bottom.
gotcha.
get struck by lightning, you're grounded.
Yeah.
Cool.
I never know, gotta be prepared.
Well, she said we couldn't see the other animals and stuff, but I just noticed that gazebo. Can we go over there for a little bit?
Are you guys staying here too?
No.
No. But yeah, as you kind of walk over towards the gazebo and stuff, it's just all of our animals because they're just behind a fence. That's the reason we want to escort everybody. Are you guys signed up for any other encounters?
No.
So come back. Are you guys live close by?
No,
No.
Michigan.
You came down just for this?
Well,
I live in.
we kind of came down.
Oh,
to see
okay,
her,
gotcha.
but Yeah.
But where I was going is the farm tour. It's like $20 a person, and a lot of people when they hear farm tour, they think, "Oh, we're gonna see a goat." Everybody's seen a goat, but sulcata tortoises, bearded dragons, iguanas, sugar gliders, hedgehogs, armadillos, camels, llamas, alpacas. It's awesome, and I can look and see if we have any room. I think we usually do it at 3 o'clock. So if you guys went and got lunch and came back for the 3 o'clock, it's really fun. Do you want me to see if there's any room? You're not held to it. We're not signing a contract or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Just as long as you can tell us where the heck to get lunch, because we didn't see nothing on the way in here.
Yeah, there's a little bakery store like right over here, Bakery on Main, couple of Mexican restaurants.
Oh, okay.
So
Because it didn't look like there was anything around here.
we hide it.
Very well.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Says you haven't.
Yeah, we need to buy a phone cord.
Yeah, we all forgot our chargers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hi.
There she is.
Hey, he's in love with Michelle for some reason. Every time she's near, it's like,
And it's just 2 people, so I can get any of the kids started and I can finish it other people.
Okay, got quiet again. Put your head down. There you go.
Check out what's going on around here.
I'm a little bit curious, aren't you?
He's
The whole thing just cracks.
Brown to determine something's back there.
says nobody really cleans back here. Maybe there's a few, that does those jobs.
There might be something.
Let me see your teeth. Smile.
They actually have 4 pretty sharp teeth if they open their mouth. Big enough. Every time that they open and close their mouth, they actually sharpen those teeth. It's not, obviously, he's not going to go for your jugular or anything, but it's nice to look about it.
That makes a big
He
mess.
nibbled on me a little bit, and it wasn't,
Yeah.
like, or it was just kind of a juggle, but
Yeah.
they didn't feel really sharp.
Yeah, those front ones aren't too bad, but if it gets it back there far enough, you can take a pretty good chunk, but that's only for, if they're more defensive, things like that, something coming.
All right, we have plenty of room at 3 o'clock, and if you bring cash, it's only $1. No, I'm just kidding. Cash is just 25 even. So if you wanted to go get some food and come back, you would have like 2.5, 2 hours.
2 hours.
But Bakery on Main, I think it's pretty good for
I've
sandwiches.
never been,
What?
yeah, well, I'm from Madisonville, and so
Oh.
I've never really come down here.
She's from another tiny town.
I can tell you all the ones there.
But Bakery on Main, a little sandwich shop, and they make everything there. They make like the fresh breads and some different things like that.
That's that kind of stuff.
And
yeah.
occasionally, besides even sandwiches, they'll do like meatloaf for a special. So Bakery at Main, and then be back by 2:45, and you will just meet at the other barn.
Okay.
The one that you just kind of turn beside, and you can park there. And then Tatum or John will be doing the tour. But it's really cool because you get to see all the animals there. We have fainting goats, regular goats, sulcata tortoises, llamas, alpacas up there, and a really cute a pig. His name was Oreo. And the reason he came here is he was so big that he couldn't even move because they had him in an apartment and they were feeding him Cheetos.
Oh my lord.
So the pig couldn't even move.
How'd you get them out?
I don't know. Maybe they just greased him up on the side with more Cheetos and squished him out. But yeah, if you want to come back, it'll be great because right now there's only like 3 people, so you won't be in a group of like 20 or something.
Oh, that's
It'll
good.
be pretty
Yeah, we'll
neat.
do that.
And it's not a lot of walking. You're right here. Come down through the area, come inside the exotic barn, and occasionally go out to the camels, or we bring the camels in. So it's fun.
All right, we'll do that. I didn't see that. Of course, I was having troubles figuring out that
And where do
website.
we pay for that?
Probably when we come
Yeah.
back.
Okay, over at that barn where we were first at?
That's what it said. Yeah, park there.
Yeah, there she is.
Hi.
Oh wait.
Hi here.
I love you, he says. Oh, you wanna get that?
Oh.
I got it.
Did you get it? Get that? Yeah. With my little buddy down here, my little player.
Well, damn, I know there's gotta be something in that shoe.
It's not that stinky, is it?
Subaru, that's for sure.
You're so cute.
Yeah, it's just, that's why I don't like her. I can't bear
Oh,
You're the one with
he's
the-
looking at you.
ankles exposed. Oh, you got a buddy you can take home with you. He likes you, Michelle.
Just a little hugger, aren't you? He's softer than I thought. I thought they'd be really coarse.
Yeah.
The pictures that you see of them in the wild makes you think that, definitely.
The babies are probably softer than the adults, I would imagine.
Just a little bit, the adults are still pretty soft
Are
though.
they?
The only thing that drives me crazy is down towards their butt. They get a lot of cowlicks everywhere, and I'm like, I just want to comb them out.
Going to sleep.
I think it's cool how when they blink, their eyes almost kind of retract a little bit for them to close their eyelids all the way.
You know that voice too?
I'm learning it.
asshole, trying to chew on the wood. Like he was something there. Thought there was something there.
Probably trying to get down in there. Take a little gander exploring back there.
Did you hear them over there? Oh, there it felt its ear right there. Ah, there's a baby here. Oh, you like that, Rob? Oh, that feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, they're about the same size of their body relative, to the rest of their body.
Oh, boy, he likes that.
Putting him to sleep, are you?
Yeah.
I know. He's fascinating. I think I sit here watch him all day.
He does the same thing in that enclosure, he just wanders around.
No wonder he needs so much food. It's nonstop moving.
I wonder where all he would adventure to if we let him out loose on the farm. Be down.
He likes his ear rubbed. Right behind his ear, he likes it.
No, that didn't work. That's the name of that place.
There's still nothing in there. Persistent.
Well, you'll have a story to tell, definitely. He's attached himself to you.
Boy, he's falling asleep.
That's funny, I didn't know he liked to run back there.
That is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was trying to get between your shoe and the shell.
No, is that what it was? I could feel it down there, but I couldn't see it.
Both ears.
My battery's almost dead.
But we're hoping to get a female at some point, but the guy that we got him from is actually the same guy that breeds the sloths that we get. And he said that it's really, really rare to get a female. And he said that he doesn't expect to have a female for a very, very, very long time because, the next time that he does get a female, which will take a while, he'll probably end up keeping it, But I'm not sure what the science is behind it of why they only have so many males. I know sometimes it's temperature dependent, like in reptiles and things, but
He really likes it. Who's that?
What was that? It was called The Bakery.
Yeah, just bakery on Main. I'll make sure the name for you.
That bakery, I mean. And my battery's almost dead.
It's a little store in town we can get a
Mm-hmm. Little gas station directly across from it.
Yeah, because the charging cord she had in the car,
Yeah, that died.
yeah, it died. I almost forgot to put one back in it.
What?
Here's some more. Oh, there's your friend.
What is she from?
it looks like a rock.
Is that what it is?
He's fascinated with it, whatever it is.
Do you want to text these directions to yourself? I'm gonna make it real easy. Or you can text it to one of them and then you'll have it in the center.
Okay,
You ready?
yeah.
Left.
Where's your left, please? You have to point.
Well, yeah, but first I gotta get my mind stuck on what I'm doing. Left,
Yeah. Stop sign. Left.
stop, sign, left.
Next stop sign. Right.
Next, stop, right.
And then you'll see a Circle K, and right before that on the right is Bakery on Main.
Circle K
Mhm.
before
Mm-hmm. So,
bakery on Main.
so left, left, right, right.
Left, left, right, right.
Mm-hmm. That's it. 2 lefts, 2 rights.
And the town is Benton.
Yes, ma'am. And it is Bakery on Main. And the exact address, if you want it,
Like all that noise?
is 6232
Okay.
US 411.
It's okay.
Whoops. It has. Got it, thank you.
Awesome.
I'm always the official navigator on these things.
Well, who's the DJ? Are you DJ and navigator? You gotta
Oh,
have a
definitely.
Okay. Gotta have a DJ.
I have to ride in the back seat. They won't let me
Yeah,
go.
we won't let her anywhere near us.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do you change it to music that isn't approved?
Everything. We just don't want her to talk.
Oh,
so-
that's not nice.
Sit back there and be quiet.
Oh man.
Yeah, she
So
gets in
mean to me,
trouble
it's
if she
awful.
talks.
We gotta work on being nice, ladies. You can do it. I believe in you. So, what is any of y'all a teacher? I'm getting teacher vibes from somebody. Nobody
All
teachers?
RNs.
RNs? Well, that's kind of like a teacher. You tell people to do it.
We
So.
tell them what to do.
Yep.
Not that they
And
do
if
it.
you don't do it, we tell you do it anyway.
The last couple that was here, she was an RN and he was a paramedic. And I was like, y'all met in the ER? She goes, yeah. I was like, uh-huh. I was at EMT for a while and I was like, everybody's like, I want to go to the ER. And I was like, what? I was pretty young. And I was like, oh, you're just shopping for your significant other. I was like, good Lord.
I never wanted to work in the ER.
I got pulled down there once.
I'm like, I wanna know what's coming in the.
Back in the
mouth.
day, I got pulled down there a lot, and it was.
I did my clinicals at Grady down in Atlanta, and everything's a standing order. They're like, oh, it's this. He goes,
Oh.
we have standing orders for every. He goes, just keep them alive till we get to the hospital. I was like, all right.
Oh,
That's what we used to have, because we did open hearts. We worked at CCU.
Uh huh.
Her and I did, and we had a ton of standing orders. And they would actually just tell us, do everything you know to do first, then call us if it doesn't work.
Yep.
But, you know, things have changed now, and
Yeah.
liabilities, they won't, that stuff they don't
Right.
let you do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That little guy.
Dad actually had a surgeon once. I called him up and said, we got a problem. He goes, well, just do what you normally do. I said, I already did that. He goes, oh.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah.
It's probably not a good thing to be proud of, but you know, Foley's, right? I managed to never have to do it in clinical. And they were like, how did you get that checked off? And I was like, I brought them a lot of food. And I was like, they just signed off. I was like, can I do it? Sure. I was like, but it's not, I don't need to practice. I was like, I'm good.
That's one thing I was proud of. I was good at both.
Yeah. I was like,
That's
no.
what they do. They'd call me even when I went into hospice. My last 11 years, I did hospice.
Yeah.
And they would call me, can you go, please go do this Foley? I wasn't even working.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Don't let people know that you're good at something that you don't want to do.
Right.
It took me a long time to
Yeah.
figure that out.
Because I worked critical care
Oh,
for
yeah.
so many years. I did a lot of that stuff.
Mhm.
And one time we had a chest tube, but nobody knew what to do with that. So here I was over there teaching them how to take care of it and stuff. They had no idea what they were doing. So.
EMTs are horribly underpaid.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, you're the first ones on the scene. That's-
Yeah. That's
I was like, there's a lot going on when you roll up onto scenes. I was like, you're like a cop, a therapist, traffic control, saving people's lives. I was like,
Yes.
You might
Yeah.
have someone shooting at you.
yeah.
And then I was gonna say, then you get also the
Mhm.
rest of the stuff.
And what you're being exposed to possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We picked up this one guy in Atlanta, and he knew all the right things to say to get his ride to the hospital. He's like, my chest hurts, my arms kind of, like he wanted to ride. As soon as we get in there, he started saying the craziest stuff ever. He's like, I'm spitting on you. I have AIDS. I can't say it because of the camera. And he's like, I'm going to give it to everybody. I was like, I'm going to drive. I was like, y'all can deal with that. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
always something new though.
the psych patients are the hard ones. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we usually,
I don't know if it's like patients or the hard, families or the hard.
oh yeah, the person who's not actually even injured.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, let me give you a special drink.
We have drugs for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's ever since my drug of choice.
Right behind his ear, he loves that.
And we've done a pretty good job with Dash of kind of desensitizing him a little bit more to his ears and the leather on his hands. Because with Zoe, she was our first baby. So we're really cautious of like, okay, let's do everything. You know, firstborns.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, you're good. And second ones, we're like, okay, let's make sure everybody else is comfortable with all the things that we want to show. Because when you go to show Zoe's ears, she's like, don't touch my ears. Dash is like, you can look at whatever you want as long as you're feeding me and holding me.
Yeah, he likes to rub right behind his ear. You're gonna make a light around me now, aren't you?
I'm gonna go ahead and move these cameras away from y'all, and whenever y'all are ready, there's a bunch of good stuff at Bacon, Maine. There's yummy desserts there.
Oh, gosh.
I mean,
That's
they're
all we've been doing this
they're
week.
so good, and